I try to always be optimistic when it comes to games and development. Everybody knows that developing a game is an incredibly difficult thing to do. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of people, it takes a lot of money, and a lot of things can go wrong in a various amount of ways along the way, especially when you're Playground Games and you've been developing Fable for nearly 10 years. 10 years! And today at the Xbox Developer Direct, we finally got a more in-depth look at Fable. Now you might think, this might be the time where they really show off the game. They give us an extreme deep dive of gameplay. They give us an in-depth look at everything that they've been working on over the past 8 or so years. We got a little bit of that, but what we got was basically chopped up sections of gameplay, which some of them ran at under 30 frames per second, and I gotta be honest, maybe even under 20 frames per second. And they were showing us the game in a way that was almost like an initial reveal, like as if we didn't know Fable was coming, and that what they were showing us with the environments was like a big time first look at the game, as if we haven't seen it 5 times before. Which leads me to think that those original times that we saw the game were probably proof of concept, and that the game actually wasn't anywhere close to being done, which is why when we saw it today, it didn't really look like it was anywhere near ready. Now here's the thing with Fable, and Xbox as a whole. This is probably one of the last chances for Xbox to actually make any kind of impact on the games industry. And I mean that in that if this game fails, one of their biggest games, one of the games that's been in development for the longest, if this game fails, this basically could spell the end of Xbox. And I don't mean as a whole, they're still going to exist as a massive third-party publisher, but I mean this thing, if it doesn't get Game Pass subscribers, and if it doesn't push consoles, which it most likely won't, this might be the end for Xbox. Now that is to say that I'm not impressed by what I saw. I am absolutely impressed. I think there's a lot of work to still be done, and I really think that they're absolutely not going to hit their fall 2026 release date. That's definitely getting pushed. I'll be shocked if that actually comes out by the end of this year. But I think they do have something here, something of actual quality. I think the gameplay that they actually showed shows that there is potential for a very good game here. It kind of looks like The Witcher expanded, honestly. It looks like a quasi-Witcher sequel, and that's awesome. Except they're pulling from Fable's history, and they're influencing the game in a way that The Witcher didn't, obviously, because it's not The Witcher, like, let's be real here. I think the ability to have multiple kids, I think the ability to influence the town, I think the ability to have multiple wives, buy businesses, buy homes, do things like either interact with the giant and have him continue through the story, or kill him and then his giant dead body is just draped over the town. That's awesome. Those Fable influences are awesome. And I think the combat looks great. I love that they pulled the camera out wide so that you could really see everything going on during combat. Have that wide field of view during that gameplay segment. Looks great. Really, really does look great. But it's been in development for 8 years. And what you're showing us here, it's not what people want to see. Like, sure, it's a tease, and it's a nice tease, and it looks very pretty, and it's definitely getting people hyped. Hyped. As much as it sounds like I'm being negative on the game right now, I promise you I'm not. It's just that I wanted more out of this. This should have been where they come out and they show us 10 minutes of uncut footage of Fable running pristinely, and they give us a firm release date. Even if it wasn't a firm release date, they give us that fall release date, and we actually believe in it, dude. Because right now, I don't think anybody believes in it, man. Because also, when's Gears coming out? And then also GTA 6. By the way, I don't think you want to launch anywhere near that. So what they've got here now is this situation where people are kind of 50-50 on the game because yeah, sure, maybe they showed the stuff that they showed looked cool, but the times where it ran at 10 FPS didn't look cool. And to run at 10 FPS now, when you promise that the game's coming out towards the end of the year, and you're not showing us more than even 30 seconds of gameplay all in one go, not even maybe 20 seconds of gameplay all in one go, it doesn't show that you're confident in the product at this point. It shows that there's a lot of work to be done. And it shows that there's probably too much work to be done for the game to be wrapped up and ready to go before the end of this year. Which is crazy because this game probably should have come out like 3 years ago. But like I said, game development's hard, and a lot of time and a lot of effort goes into it. And I think they kind of wanted to manage expectations when at the very beginning of the show, they said all games you are about to see are in development and do not represent final products. And I think that should be absolutely obvious to everybody when the game was running how it was, meaning that it wasn't running very well. But it did look nice. It did look really nice. And the systems look really cool. The world looks really pretty. The character creation is awesome, which also, let's be totally real, everybody, they definitely added that into the game recently because of how people so terribly reacted to the initial reveal of the character, the main character, and saying she was ugly. Because of that backlash, they were like, hey, maybe we should just let people pick and choose. They could be who they want to be, kind of, because this is getting out of control. But I do believe that Playground Games has a good game here. I think right now they're kind of just digging through the mud and trying to clear away everything that they can so they could reach that diamond that's hidden beneath the ground. I think that's what they're going for right now. And I think there is still a lot of work to be done. And I think that if they fail this, then I think Playground Games is never going to make a game like this ever again, and that they're just going to stick with making Forza. And that's fine because they're doing a great job for that. But on the other side, actually, what I should really say, even if it fails on the Xbox side, okay? Let's say it fails on the Xbox side. Let's say it doesn't draw anybody to Game Pass, and let's say it doesn't draw any new players to Xbox. What this game will do is sell millions of copies on PlayStation. Because what it really is a PlayStation game that Xbox is publishing on PlayStation, which is what every Xbox game is now. So as much as it was an Xbox Developer Direct, what it really is a PlayStation State of Play, where we got an in-depth look at a bunch of new PlayStation games that are coming out, and PC games, because that's what Xbox is at this point. It's a PC and PS5 publisher. And I'm totally fine with that because I play it all on PC. I think that this game is one of the last attempts from Xbox to show that they're capable and that they know what they're doing as a publisher and that they know what they're doing with their Xbox game studios. Because Matt Booty, obviously, you know, guys made a lot of bad choices so far and Xbox Game Studios has had a very rough time so far. They gotta have a hit at some point. Let's be real. And I want Fable to be that hit badly. I just wanted more out of it. I think most people, like, you know, watching it, you're seeing like, yeah, it does look pretty cool, but that's all they're showing us after all this time? Come on, man.